You are good, Lord, and thank you for all things, especially the word, the gospel of Christ, for which Paul said to the Galatians, and he's speaking to us today, that I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and could pervert the gospel of Christ. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so say I now again, if any man preaches any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed. Galatians 1 6 to 9. Here, Paul confronts the error of religiosity or legalism. Yes, we are according to the grace of Christ, but we see ourselves being led to the curse of the law. The principles of law and grace are in contrast. Law is man trying to earn and maintain God's acceptance, becomes a curse because an exercise in futility, since we only please God by the faith of Christ. Grace is God given that perfect acceptance in Christ. That is our position. Look, this is just the truth of the gospel, but we are quick to surrender this for the false gospel of religion, a mix of law and grace. We hardly accept the gospel, but then over the period, we are led into abandoning it for another, which is not good news at all, a perverted message of a mix of law and grace. This is religion and not Christianity, for God has only one message for sinners, that is salvation by grace and through faith, and is entirely besides law giving and Paul law keeping. Paul then twice pronounces a curse on anyone who preaches any other gospel and besides this truth. It's a serious thing to the Lord for anybody to preach another message that brings eternal destruction to souls. Paul is showing us not to be tolerant of such teachers, and we must refrain from being dazzled with preachers or teachers, person, gift, and office in the church. He can come with great dignity, authority, and scholarship with all manner of titles. If he brings any other gospel apart from that of the apostles' doctrine in the New Testament understanding, he should be rejected. We are to judge them by the gospel they present and not um, judge the gospel by them. The person of the preacher does not validate the message. It is rather the nature of the message that validates the preacher. The gospel of Christ is the only way to salvation, and self-effort or human merit does not play any part. And it is, and this salvation is offered without money or profit. Isaiah 55 1. So we see that whereas the law has a curse for those who fail to keep it, and the gospel has a curse for those who try to change it, for which Paul twice cursed. But then thank God for the simplicity of the gospel. It cannot be substituted, for Christ alone is the way, the truth, and the life. John 14 says, beloved, believe to partake of this restful life in Christ. No more hassle, struggle, nor stress, a worship of ease and liberty in righteousness. This is good news, beloved. You are indeed blessed. I believe the gospel. You are so good. Praise God.